Universe, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. It's so nice to be doing this reading. I will be doing a simple one today and we will be looking at any messages or guidance meant for you at this time. This is a timeless reading, so you guys can watch this whenever you feel called to, or this reading will find you when you need it. And we have 2 paintings and 1 heart to choose from. I did ask your spirit team as to what to choose for piles for today, and for 2 groups, for 1 and 2 we had a painting, and for group number 3 we have this heart. So I'll just show you what they look like up close. This is group number 1's painting. This is what it looks like. This is group number 2 with the cerulean blue and rose. And this beautiful heart is group number 3. So take your time to choose which one calls out the most to you. It might not be the group that you think looks most beautiful. It might just be a group that you feel most called to. So it's possible that you could like the heart but you feel called to group number 1 or 2. In that case, there could be some messages in 3, but maybe it's the 1 or 2. Either of one of these could be your group or your pile. So I'm gonna start with the prayer. I've already lit the incense stick that I use for these prayer rituals, the prayer of gratitude as I like to call it. So let's begin together. Take a deep breath. And exhale, inhale and exhale. Don't try to control your breath or force your breath. Just keep breathing as you see fit. Feel your body. Feel how it feels to be seated or sleeping or sitting wherever you are. Fully feel the sensation of the bed holding you, or the chair, or wherever you're sitting, what is underneath you. Tune into your body, and as we begin this prayer, let's connect you to your spirit team. I would like to begin this meditation, this prayer, firstly by calling upon group number 1, 2 and 3, my soul family spirit guides, angels, light beings, ancestors. I protect this space and the energy field of my soul family, my group 1, 2 and 3, from any negative influences, any negative energies, negative vibrations or frequencies. This space is only open and allowed for non-physical beings that are in favor and have the best interests of my soul family at their heart. This space is not open for any negative entities that want to influence my soul family negatively or in a way that works against my soul family. I call upon spirit guides to calm our energies. I ask any anxieties or worries leave you and be replaced with love, with satisfaction, the feeling of knowing your direction, knowing where it is you want to go, knowing what it is that you want, and the feeling of having it, knowing that you will have it. Whether it's a soulmate, a job, a car, a financial increase, let's open our energies for our spirit guides to enter us, for source energy, for light energy to enter our souls, our hearts, so that anything that needs to be purged, anything that needs to be let go of, leaves, and we can move on into the next chapter energetically, into the next cycle with newer energy, with more enthusiasm and excitement. Feel into the grace and the guidance of your spirit team, your ancestors. Some of you might feel yourselves connecting to a maternal energy or a feminine spirit guide. This spirit guide has been with you for a long time and has been watching over all of the women or the feminine energies in your family line. This is one of your ancestors, but they chose not to reincarnate here this time and chose to be a guide. Some of you could be tapping into a more masculine energy, a parental figure. I just heard father you never had, a father in the non-physical realm that has been protecting you, watching over you, protecting your integrity and your dignity. Your spirit guides are saying, do not worry, child. Do not worry, child. We are working behind the scenes to take care of things, to wrap up loose ends. Do not worry, child, as we want you to be focused on your desires and not focused on scenarios where you fail or something goes wrong. Because if you're worried, worry is the opposite of contentment. It's the opposite of knowledge, of knowing that everything will be okay. You would only worry about something if you didn't know it was going to be okay. So Spirit Team wants to assure you that it is going to be okay. There's something about someone feeling lost. Your spirit team wants to come and say, it's okay if you feel lost, but that doesn't mean that you will not find your direction. I ask for the energy of anxiety or worry be replaced with your spirit guide's love. Open your energies to receive this love. Open your heart, open your mind. Imagine that you are relaxed. Imagine that your heart is opening to this love. Some of you could see a white light or some kind of light. That is the energy of your spirit guides you are tapping into. Allow yourself to feel their love. Allow yourself to come to newer realizations, new desires, new paths, new cycles, opening up to you as you now see what was hidden, as what was in the dark is now exposed to your eyes and to the light. We now bring love to all parts of you, all parts within you. We bring love into the darkness. We bring light into the darkness, not demonizing the darkness, not demonizing the sadness, and not carrying shame or guilt for our emotions, for what we feel. For our emotions are our personal guide. They show us what is right for us, whether we are in alignment or not. We ask our spirit guides to fill us with strength, with kindness and compassion and empathy for all living beings as we move into this new phase, as we have come into this new year. We would like to thank all of your spirit team, all of your spirit guides that have been watching over you all this time. I want to extend this love back to you. Spirit team, thank you for staying with us. I would like to personally thank you for my journey as Mystique since the birth of this channel last year. For every single person who has watched any of my readings, has subscribed, for all those of you that have booked your personal readings or donated to the channel. I thank you so much, dear ones, for being part of me, for being part of my soul family, being a part of my journey. And I would like to extend my gratitude to your spirit team as well. Let's open our hearts to this gratitude that we feel for our spirit team that is always guiding us, always working hard behind the scenes, even when we don't know, even when we cannot see, for things that secretly fall into our order. Thank you so much, dear guides, for supporting us, loving us. We give this love back to you. We give our gratitude. And open our hearts to your guidance, to your knowledge of the unseen, the unknown, the unconscious. And we bring love into the unconscious and embrace all parts of ourselves. We walk deeper into our own self-love and become a light for everyone else in this world. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Thank you so much, my dear loved ones, my soul family, for watching this reading, for being dedicated to your own personal journey of inner growth, shadow work. I applaud you because it might not be easy, but you're doing good, you're doing your best, and that is beautiful. I now close this prayer and ask our spirit guides to stay with us during the reading and after. And we will now begin with channeling the exact messages for each group, for each pile. So now you can go ahead and pick one of these paintings or this heart if you feel called to group number 3. Go ahead and make your selection, and the timestamps are in the description, so you can go ahead and watch and click on that and listen to your reading personally. What messages does Spirit have for you at this time? I'll see you soon. Group number 1, you chose this beautiful painting. Now, Spirit guides, I was looking through all of the paintings and I was trying to choose as to what I should pick for the pile selection today, and I initially was thinking of using an oracle deck, but then Spirit said you should use some paintings, and this was the painting that I was drawn to for group number 1. Your spirit team is showing me a 0, first of all, right here, right there, a 0, right, a circular pattern. So I feel like right now you're at a critical stage or at a significant stage where something is closing for you. So you might be going with some kind of a sadness. There might be some kind of a residual sadness or some kind of a stagnancy right now in your energy. Like things have come to a halt and you don't know where to go. You don't feel motivated. You might feel bored with your life, like nothing is happening, nothing is exciting. And I feel like you're ready for this new journey, this new phase that your spirit guides have in plan for you. It's like you have gone through this whole journey. You've climbed the stairs to go up into the heaven, and then you realize maybe there is no heaven after that. Maybe there is no such thing as heaven or hell after that. What if that is the case? Then I think something about your perspective changing because you came to a certain realization of some kind of a truth or something, and it is changing your worldview. It's changing everything. I feel like this could have been some kind of an ego death. I don't feel like it was painful for all of you. It could have been painful or a little dense. There is a dense energy for some of you. It wasn't painful for all of you. I feel like you know why this happens. You know how spirit works. You know how this time-space reality works. Sorry. And because of that, you invite these changes. You don't try to run away from them. You know that if there is a detour, it is for your highest good, because nothing can go wrong in a learning hologram. You know, you just learn from your failures. There's no such thing as failure technically, because you just learn from your failures. Then it's not a failure. You look at it more as a step towards success, right? Like failure is a step to success. Maybe that's like a popular quote. I'm not really sure. I feel like it is a popular quote though. I don't know. Let's start with your cards so that we can look deeper into what guidance and messages does pile 1 need to receive. What guidance and messages does pile 1 need to receive, please? Okay, there is a lot that is coming through. A lot of cards. Okay, wow, okay, too many cards. Let's see if they fit. Wow, okay, we are starting off good. We are starting off with the star. Beautiful. Let me place that there. We have the 9 of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is the energy of you feeling emotionally unfulfilled. There's some kind of a dissatisfaction or boredom. We have 3 of Pentacles reversed. We have 7 of Wands reversed. This is the kind of depletion, the energy of depletion that you feel after you've done a lot of shadow work, or you know, for someone who has like come out of an abuse or some kind of a trauma and they finally understood that, oh, maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was them. It's that kind of feeling, if you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, it is not just being in a house where you're being abused that is difficult, but it is also after the process that comes after, because you have to do a lot of healing work after that, right? Like you can't just leave it alone. You can't just leave the pain alone to fester. So there's a lot of healing work that needs to be done. And I feel like for you guys, group number 1, I feel like you have been dedicated to your journey, and it's getting exhausting because you're constantly phoenixing. It's getting exhausting. There is this sense of depletion and doom because it's getting exhausting. Maybe you find yourself asking God or asking source or your guides, when is this going to end? Like, is my whole life just a perpetual process of shadow work? Like, when can I enjoy? When do I get to be happy? When do I actually get to feel joy in my bones? Is there such a thing, or is everything just a lesson? Everything could feel like it is a lesson. Oh my gosh, do we have the death as I say that? Yep. Definitely this is a hard time for you. We have the King of Cups, but in reverse. We have the High Priestess. Beautiful. We have the Ten of Wands reversed. We have the Four of Cups. And finally we have the page. No. Yeah, it's a page. The Page of Wands reversed. Okay. So firstly, your reading starts with the star. So I feel like you need to be more hopeful, or it's okay for you to be hopeful. Maybe there is some kind of a despair that you're feeling at the moment. You feel like everything is ending or everything is going wrong, and there's this sense of doom that I feel around you in the energy that is crackling around you. I feel like there is doom that's crackling in that energy, this sense of doom. I feel like it is because of you constantly ego deathing all the time. Pretty sure that's not a word, but you know what I mean. It's like internally there are versions of you that are dying. There are parts of you that are, that you're letting go of because you're constantly changing. I feel like you are a mystery, pile number 1. You are a conundrum to people. You are an enigma because you go from such extremes. Like, one day you're shining, you're the star, and then next day you're just so quiet and your energy feels so dark and dense. People might be afraid to approach you. I feel like people don't understand these two extremes that you flit between, right? That you oscillate between these two extremes. And they might not understand because one day you're loving and kind and the next day you could be strict and stern. And they don't understand that both of those things are a part of you. You're learning to hold opposites. You're learning to hold dichotomy at this time. So an example of holding dichotomy could be understanding that you can be kind and vulnerable, but not allowing other people to see that as a weakness, right? To take up the definition of the world of strength, which is really the refusal, the demonization of vulnerability, which is not strength, because those people that give up their vulnerability or do not have access to their vulnerability, they don't have a very high self-esteem and they're not very confident. They put other people down. They reject vulnerability in other people because they cannot accept it within themselves. And I feel like you're right now accepting some part of you that is difficult for you. That is a fact, but you're accepting it. You're fighting. It was like there was a fight, but it was an inner fight. And you're learning to take that part of you within yourself and be like, okay, of course I understand why this fragmentation happened in the first place, why I became like this, why I built these walls around my heart to protect myself, because the world isn't very kind. The world is not a kind and fair place. The world is unjust, and you can't always accept that. You can't always expect that people are going to be fair to you or people are going to treat you well or nicely, because that might not be the case. And I feel like you guys are my pile that has gone through a lot at the hands of other people. I feel like other people have mistreated you or disrespected you. This could have been your family, this could have been your friend group, this could have been at work. There's something about bullying, and I feel like you're trying to understand it from a spiritual perspective, that why am I attracting these people into my life? I feel like you're at that level of spiritual knowledge and growth where you're understanding that, okay, I create my reality, so why did I attract these people into my life? And your spirit team wants to come in and say, it's not your fault. Okay, it's not your fault, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that even though we live in a time-space reality that is governed by law of attraction is a universal law. Even though that is the case, you are still not exempt from contrast, right? So let's say you want fame, right? Let's say you want a pile of money, right? Let's say you want abundance. What you're going to do is heal, do all of the healing work that you need to do around lack mentality and lack mindset, and then step into the energy of abundance, and then that abundance will come to you, right, through the law of attraction, right? And but that doesn't mean that you will not have a financial loss, okay? Because that financial loss, let's say you lose your money or something happens, right? And you are meant to learn something, or you are meant to see something in that. There was some kind of a shadow gold, right? In that destruction, there was some kind of gold that needed to be uncovered, but it cannot be uncovered unless something breaks down, right? The spirit is showing me the example of mining, how you have to kind of break stones to find diamonds, right? Diamonds have to be shaped, they have to be cut, there's this whole process of turning it into an actual like diamond. But basically you have to, mining is all about digging and like, what is that? I forgot, I don't know what the process is called, but they take hammers and then they have to carve away at the stone to find that gold, right? They have to constantly carve out the stone to find the gold that is underneath or that is stuck within the stone. And they throw away the stone, right? They get rid of that and they keep the gold. And I feel like there's some kind of shadow gold for you. And also I picked this deck for today. I was going to pick another one, but then spirit was like, pick the golden art tarot, the one that has gold foiling. Because I use this deck quite a lot if you've seen my previous readings, and I don't want to bore you with the same decks all the time, but spirit was like, no, you need to use this one for today. And so I selected this one for you guys. And that just goes to show that there's some kind of link with gold, with shining. You could be a Leo, Scorpio, or there's something about the two luminaries affecting you, the energy of the sun, the energy of Pluto, the planet of destruction. There's something about you feeling like you're split in half, or that you are being tugged in opposite directions, being pulled in opposite directions, and there's this tug of war under you, underneath you, or inside you. Maybe this could be in a form of two parents fighting, right? Some kind of a fight between two polarities. And I feel like you're just now in the process of giving up this fight and giving up this burden, right? Ten of Wands reversed. You're tapping into your higher wisdom, you're tapping into your spirituality, you're tapping into your own energy. I feel like your energy is divine and sacred. Everyone's is, but your energy is divine and sacred, okay, group number one. And I feel like you're waking up and you're realizing that, okay, if I am a piece of what people would call God or source energy, then I must be as powerful as that, because I am a creator of my reality. I'm not a victim to my reality. And I feel like there is some kind of a realization where you are like, okay, I'm going to heal myself, I'm going to do all of this healing work. But then spirit is also saying that be cautious. You don't want to approach yourself from the standpoint of, oh, there's something wrong with me, so I need to do all of this shadow work, healing work, I need to read self-growth books, using spirituality as almost a way to heal yourself out of the belief that you're not good enough, because there is no such thing. And what you can do is basically just take a shortcut and start feeling like you are enough again. Start feeling like there's nothing wrong with you, because there isn't, group number one. You're doing the right thing. Nothing has gone wrong, okay? Even if there's something shattering in your life with the death here, something is going wrong. You feel like it's going wrong, but from the spirit perspective, from the high perspective, it's really, you're being detoured to give you the correct direction for you to end up in the place that you're meant to be. Why I'm saying this, spirit just showed me a personal example, right? When the COVID and all of that was happening, the conditions around my house situation was so bad, and I basically was forced to not live with my parents, okay? And I don't share a lot of personal stories, but spirit is asking me to share. But basically, I had to find a new house, and I was trying to find a new house in a place where I always lived, right? So I was trying to find a house over there, but nothing was working out, literally. Like, I selected like 7 or 10 options, and all of them somehow ended up with someone else. And I was like, I don't understand why this is happening. Why why am I not able to find a house here? Why am I not able to rent an apartment or live here? And I realized that at the end I just kind of gave up, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, because I was so tired. I was like, I must be doing something wrong, and I was trying to fix it, and I was like, no, I'm going to find a house here, I'm going to find here. And I was trying to force that manifestation that, no, I have a house, but I was not meant to live there, and I didn't see that bigger picture at the time, right? But then things kind of, took care of themselves, and I ended up living in a completely different place, away from my initial home, like so far away, okay, so far away. And I thought, oh, I'm going to hate this new place because it is not my comfort zone, I'm going to hate it here. But I am in love with where I live, you guys. This is the best apartment that I have lived in. The place is so clean, it's so nice, and of course there are some things that I don't like, there's always those things, but I'm so grateful. I think I was meant to live here and not there, and I was kind of just being stubborn and being stuck on that because I thought that's what was best for me, and I was kind of forcing that manifestation. And I feel like your energy could be similar, like you're trying to hold on to something that you think is good for you, but your spirit guides want to tell you that maybe that's not good for you, and maybe that's why it's not working out. Maybe it's time to give up on that. Giving up is not always bad, they always say, oh, you should never give up on this, you should never give up on this. But I feel like sometimes you should, sometimes it is the correct thing to do, sometimes it is the best thing to do. So I feel like you need to listen to your inner guidance. And if there is some kind, especially if there's some kind of a confusion, okay, if you feel extremely confused, maybe that path is not right for you, right? Like maybe you don't have to take that path, because with things that are right for you, there won't be confusion. It's an immediate, like, okay, I want this, I need this, I'm going towards this path, right? There is no confusion there. So I feel like that is the case with you. Group number 1, lean into your intuition a bit more and stop looking in the physical world for clues or signs, because your spirit team is always with you. Lean into your own inner wisdom, your own inner magic. There's something about you not realizing that you are a magical creator, okay? Whoever you are, doesn't matter your gender. The high priestess is coming out. I know she is a more of a feminine energy, but it doesn't matter what your gender is. You are a magical being here to create magical things. How could you forget that? I feel like you've forgotten that, and your spirit guides are just coming in to remind you, give you a reminder that, listen, you are a magical being, no questions asked. It doesn't matter what you believe, that is the truth. And you've just forgotten that because of the constant heartbreaks or despair, the pain, the constant phoenixing, the constant ego death. This is giving me Sun square Pluto kind of energy, or maybe you have a square Pluto, personal planet square Pluto, like Venus or Mars. Your determination is being tested, your willpower is being tested. You always feel that way, but it's not. And maybe the way to go forward is through softness, being soft like water. Water is not weak, right? Allowing what you love to come to you, and not being in this constant pursuit of happiness, a constant pursuit of success. I feel like you're scared of giving up, because I'm feeling a bit of resistance inside, right? In near my throat chakra, I'm feeling a little bit of resistance. I feel like you're scared of even thinking that, like, oh, I can't give up because this is what I have longed for my whole life. Like, this is what I've longed for a long time. And maybe it's not right. Maybe it's not right for you. Maybe it's not in your highest good, because I feel like there was something in your energy that shifted, and you are being pivoted. You are being rearranged. You are being like the spirit is showing me a glass, okay? A glass, and somebody threw it. So it shattered into pieces, right? And then somebody else took those pieces and built something new out of it, which is not a glass. It's more like a sculpture or something, right? And it's like, it's similar. It's like that with you, group number 1. There's something about you breaking or being broken or feeling brokenhearted, or maybe you had a breakdown, right? But that breakdown is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. You just don't look at it that way, or it has not revealed itself that way, because like I said, when we are in pain, we cannot always see the highest truth, we cannot always see the highest good for us, right? Going by the same example of the house situation that I was in, I cried so much in that month. During that month, I cried so much. I thought the whole world was falling apart, like my safety, what am I going to do? I didn't know what I was going to do with my job. This was before I created this channel also. So I was no, I think I created this channel, but I was going through a very, very rough time emotionally. Very, very rough time. It was just shortly after I created this channel, actually. And I absolutely had no idea whether things were going to work out or not, or where am I going to end up in life. And it was one of those terrible times in my life. And now I kind of relinquished that control and just gave that up, and I just trusted that everything would work out for me. And I feel like that could be difficult for you, but it is in your highest good to trust that the universe will, nothing is ever going to go wrong. If you give up control, nothing will go wrong. Don't worry. If you give up on the dream that you have wanted, it's not going to go wrong. Okay, it's not going to go wrong. It will be okay. Spirit just wants to keep reassuring you that you cannot make a mistake technically, because there is no such thing as a failure, right? So that's what your spirit guides want to come here and inform you about and talk to you about. I feel like I'm going to end your reading here. Let me get an oracle deck, and we'll just get one card just to see one final message before we close your reading. Wow, we have air, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. I feel like this is the energy that you need to embody right now in your death moment. If you're going through, you need to embody the energy of air. Be curious, be open-minded, and see, okay, what is this showing me? There's something I'm not seeing. What is this showing me? Okay, so I feel that with air right there. Then we also had another card. Take this one. Oh my gosh, we have earth element. You will be stable. This curiosity is going to lead to some kind of a stability, some kind of a footing. You're going to feel secure, stable, solid. You're not going to feel like, it is the opposite feeling of feeling lost, right? It is that opposite feeling. I feel like you're going to feel like you're okay, you're safe, you're secure, you're in a good place financially, you're in a good place in terms of love, in terms of your own independence. So you're going to feel like you're safe, emotionally speaking. This energy of you feeling very emotionally tired, this energy, it's going to be the opposite of that. You could feel excitement and enthusiasm, but it is coming mostly because there's this stability, right? You're not going to be in survival mode. I feel like you're going to be thriving. So that's what I'm seeing for you. You're going to be thriving, group number 1. Whatever you do, emotionally, physically, you're going to be thriving. Whatever that means to you, it's going to happen. So yeah, that is all I have for you. Your spirit guides have given me the permission to close the reading now, so that's what I'm going to do. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on the email address in the description. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. I thank all of the beautiful cards that I used today. Thank you so much, dear painting, for allowing us to read for my group number 1. And hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose group number 2, you chose this painting. This is going to be your reading. You guys could be my water signs. You don't have to be. But I'm feeling water signs. I'm feeling there's something romantic. I don't know why I'm feeling that. Maybe you guys have stepped into a new relationship, or you're about to step into a new relationship. Something about romance is in the air, love is in the air, romance is in the air, love is in the air. It's giving me a little bit of that vibe. So let's get your cards and see what do we have for you, my group number. You know what, I'm feeling called to use this deck. So why do I feel like this is going to this reading could probably have some mentions of romantic love. I know this reading is supposed to be messages from spirit guides, but I have to be honest to what the energy is telling me and what I see in the cards. So they told me to use this oracle deck. which is the Moonology manifestation. So I'm going to go ahead with that one. They're saying not to use a tarot deck for the okay, let's see. We have see the big picture, we have take a breather, wow, make time for self-love. Oh, okay, so maybe it was not romance, it was self-love. We have step into your power, beautiful. And let me get some cards for you now. Okay, wow, we have the Star reversed, we have the Three of Wands, we have, wow, okay, so you have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Group number 2. I feel like you're going to start a new journey, or there is some kind of a new cycle that wants to open itself to you, but it's not coming in because I feel like you're stopping it unconsciously. There is some kind of an emotional cycle or emotional pattern that you're stuck in. Identify this pattern and heal it. Okay, now this pattern could be anything, but it doesn't work for you. This pattern doesn't work for you. So for example, it could be the pattern of self-hate, right? Having the thoughts of self-hatred. Now you cannot get rid of thoughts that are self-hating, right? Those thoughts could be like, oh, you're not good enough, why are you doing this, there's something wrong with you. You can't turn those thoughts, you can't get rid of those thoughts. What you have to do is turn those thoughts into a positive. So every time you have some kind of like, oh my god, today is going to be a bad day, just turn that thought into a positive thought, not good thought, turn it into a positive thought. Okay, today is going to be a great day and I'm going to have a lot of fun. Even if it doesn't come true, don't have the expectation that it is going to be as you say, right? That is the key, because when you get rid of the expectation, you're getting rid of your attachment and allowing the universe to unfold, for a path to unfold for you, right? To lay down a path. I'm literally seeing, they're literally showing me a road and you're walking, but as you know, we take 1 step, 2 step, like that, right? Like 1 step and then you put this foot down and then you put this foot down, and it's like the path is not ready over here. So spirit has to kind of lay down this path for you, and spirit is laying down the bricks so that you can have a smooth road to walk on, right? But if you're constantly focused towards this emotional pattern, whatever this, I just heard this pattern is sabotaging, or this pattern is self-hating, it's something that doesn't work for you. Okay, it's a pattern that probably was created by some kind of a childhood trauma, and you need to get rid. It could be people pleasing, it could be being arrogant, it could be being insecure, it could be being jealous, it could be, but it's some kind of a pattern. I feel like you fall back into it again and again, because the spirit is showing me that you've tried to heal it, but maybe it has not worked, because you keep falling back into it again and again. It's like, okay, I'm going to start exercising, and then you exercise regularly for 2-3 months and then you give up, and when you give up, you don't exercise for like 4-5 months, and then you start exercising again. So it's kind of that, it's like you're stuck in a loop, right? And you have to start looking at what is keeping you in a negative loop. In fact, if you're going to be in a loop, or if you're going to have thoughts, let's start with positive, right? Let's create a positive association, let's create positive loops, right, instead of negative loops. So having positive loop of thoughts, having a positive relationship with yourself, developing a positive relationship with yourself is key at this time. And look at the color here. You saw me shuffle the deck, you saw me pick out the cards in front of you, and the color is it's the same rosy, pinky purple kind of color that is in the painting, right? So that tells me that you have to make yourself your own priority. Start treating yourself, okay, as if you were your own romantic partner. So if you are into men and you want a boyfriend, how would you treat that boyfriend? Start treating yourself that way. If you are a man and you want a girlfriend, or you want a feminine partner, then start treating yourself the way you would a feminine partner, and you'll soon realize that we treat other people with so much love and so much kindness, and we don't give ourselves the same thing. But you're only able to see that when you're able to see the distinction, the immense difference between how we would approach other people's pain and we approach our own pain. So when we are in pain, we are like, no, you have to get up, you have to keep trying, you have to do this, you have to do that, no, this is not good enough. But if somebody else came to you crying, you would probably comfort them and be like, no, everything is going to be okay. You would try to help them, you would try to make a safe space for them, hold them, and not demonize what they feel, right? Not invalidate their feelings. You would allow them their grief, right? But that is not the same thing we do with ourselves. And I feel like spirit wants to take you, your spirit team today wants to talk about the relationship that you have with yourself, because I keep being taken back to this, so I feel like they want to talk about the relationship that you have with yourself specifically. And I feel like if you want a partner who loves you unconditionally, then you need to start treating yourself as if you already have that partner. And how would you treat yourself if you had somebody that loved you unconditionally? How would they treat you? How would they approach you? That's exactly how you have to approach yourself. That's exactly how you are meant to be a star, but it's like you don't realize that you're a star, you don't know that you're a star, or like I said, the negative pattern could be not wanting to shine because the attention means that people are demonizing your power, or making you feel bad about being confident, making you feel bad for being pretty. There's something that you have that is good and positive and amazing, but then people have made you feel bad for it because they are insecure, right? They don't like that about you. So let's say if you have confidence, if you've naturally just radiate confidence, right? When you walk into a room, you're lighting up that room naturally, and a bunch of people in the corner will be like, look at group number 2, like who the hell does the group number 2 think they are? Like, how dare they walk in and hog all the spotlight? And it's like, I'm not doing anything I'm not asking you to look at me. I'm not doing anything. It's there's something like this comes naturally to you, and the negative loop is formed on top of that positive trait. So once you understand and dissolve that negativity, or I don't even want to call it negative, but it's just like, it's like a protective aspect, right? Like maybe you let's say you understood that, oh, if I'm beautiful or if I look very good, people start treating me differently. People if I look very powerful, then people start treating me like shit because they think that I am mean. So you start like looking less mean, you start being sweeter, or you start becoming a people pleaser because you realize very quickly that nobody's going to want to be your friend if they think that you're mean. So you're trying to show them that you're nice, right? But then it turns into people pleasing, and now that doesn't work for you. That is at your detriment. So start healing that pattern, because you don't actually have to work on the confidence, you don't actually have to work on the power, you just have to work on the things that keep you away from it, right? Like you already have a light within yourself. You don't need to learn how to be a light or harness a light or something like that. Like you're born with that. But there are certain layers that you built up, there are certain things that you piled up on top of that is what you need to work on. That is the thing that needs work, not you. There's nothing wrong with you. If you think that there is something wrong with you, and that is the pattern, if you think that there's something wrong with you, it is that thought that is wrong, okay? It is that statement that is wrong, not you, because there is nothing wrong with you. I hope you understood what I said. Step into your power, see the bigger picture of who you are. Group number 2, you are a magnificent divine being. How could you not see your own power if people tried to convince you that you didn't have it, right? If people were treating you like, oh, you're not that special, it's because they don't feel special, so they are projecting that on you, right? So you have to see that your relationship with yourself cannot be dependent on how other people feel about you or how other people treat you, because other people will treat you according to how they feel about themselves. You cannot take that on. You cannot take that in yourself. You cannot absorb that. Do not allow yourself to absorb how other people treat you, their treatment, their hate, their poison. Don't allow yourself to absorb that. You need to keep boundaries. You need to see the bigger picture and understand that, oh, this is not about me. Because if somebody is mistreating you, making you feel guilty about some mistake that you did, okay, and they're making you feel guilty about that, you have to understand that, oh, wait a second, okay, I did make a mistake, let me take the time to correct it. But the other person, that does not mean that the other person has the right to treat you like shit or disrespect you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like they're holding it as if it was, they're holding you hostage, as if you did something like world ending, and they're like, oh, I get to have access to treat you like shit because you did this, and they're making it look like it was your fault, right? But it was not. And they definitely do not have the right, because that is not how good people treat each other. When you apologize, someone who genuinely understands that it was genuine, they will forgive you. They will not hold it against your throat and be like, okay, I'm going to disrespect you because that's what you did to me, and you should let me do that because it was your mistake and you are the person who's wrong, right? Like, don't do that. Do not allow yourself to be disrespected, to be mistreated. Do not allow yourself to be victim. Do not allow yourself to be a victim, okay? Do not allow yourself to be a victim. And I'm saying that again and again. Allow yourself to be a victim. Allow. Do not allow. Why? Because if you think that, oh, wait a second, there's something wrong with me, so I should probably take this relationship even though I am not getting all of my needs met, even though this person is disrespecting me all the time, but I just want to fill up my loneliness, so I'm just going to be with this person in spite of how they treat me. And you cannot dishonor yourself like that. Spirit is like, stop dishonoring yourself, get up. Don't allow yourself to be a victim, okay? Step into your power. You didn't come here to play victim. You came here to be a hero. You came here to be a light. Shine your light. What are you doing? Get up. Shine your light. Shine as bravely, as widely, as expansively as you want to, because some people will be attracted to light and treat you with love. Some people will be attracted to the light and will come to you. There will be some group of people, or some, like a small section of people that will be envious, that will be raging because they want to be you, right? But it is not your job to coddle them, group number 2. It is not your job to make them feel comfortable in their little boxes if that is where they want to stay. In fact, by shining your light, by shining your confidence, right? Owning your body. Okay, if you have a beautiful body and you're scared to show it because you're like, oh, everyone's going to see and I don't want that. Listen, wear whatever you love. Okay, show off that body. When I don't mean like to other people, but wear what you love, okay? And if that means people are going to look at you, it's fine, okay? It's not your job to think about what they are thinking about. It's not your job to focus on the fact that they are staring. Let them, okay? Shine your light, and shine as much as you want to. Wear your favorite outfit, put on your favorite perfume, put on your favorite suit, your favorite shirt, pants, whatever. Go to the gym and build up some muscles if you are a man, if that is what you always wanted. If people are scared, then it's people's problem, not yours, right? Embrace your power. I feel like you do not embrace your power because you feel like it's something negative, because people like a weak person, someone that is malleable, someone that is controllable, and there is nothing about you that is bendable, that is controllable. This is reminding me of there's this sorceress in The Witcher. I recently started watching the series, and it's reminding me, oh my god, how could I forget her name? I forgot her name, but it is played by this beautiful actress called Anya Chalotra. What is her name? She is the love interest of Geralt, which is played by Henry Cavill, Superman, if you guys know. But it's giving me that. And she is like, she never gives up on what she wants. She's such a strong personality. She is like she doesn't even flinch when someone, someone tries to like do something to her. She's like, oh, I own my power. I don't need to be scared of you. I feel like you're not actually scared of someone hurting you. I feel like you're scared that if you don't let them do what they want to you, you will not have a friend, or like there's something about you allowing that to happen to you, because you feel like you have to allow that to happen to you to get something else, right? Like, for example, it could be being in a group that bullies other people, right, meanly, and you're not the mean one, but you stay in the group because you want friends, you want belonging, but then that group is toxic. You know what I mean? Like, that group is toxic. Like, you're not meant to stay there, but you stay in the group because then you would lose friends, and what you're really wishing for is friends. What you really want is friends. So sometimes we will do this, right? Like, we stay in situations that are not good for us, that we have outgrown a long time back, but we stay anyway because one or two of the needs are being met while you're tolerating disrespect or abuse at the same time, right? And his spirit is like, no, say no to that. If you can have belonging and have good people, right? Like, you can have belonging, you can have support, you can feel supported, you can feel loved by your friend group, and still be friends with people that love other people, that are not bullies, okay? Good people. You can find that. Like, you don't have to be in this bully group, right? Going by that example, not saying that that's exactly how it happened for you, but you can have both. Basically, you can have self-love and your own power. You can be confident and shine and still have people that love you. Like, you're not going to be demonized all the time, okay? If you think that somebody is going to react negatively to who you are, there's also going to be someone who reacts positively to who you are, right? So focus on that, resource that. If something is going wrong, there is also something that is going right simultaneously. Instead of focusing on what is going wrong, why do we not turn our focus to what is going right? Yes, we might not be happy, but yes, maybe we are sad. Okay, but I have food to eat. I have an apartment to be sad in. I have a place, I have a safe space to work on this sadness, right? To understand where it came from, to heal it, right? So start attitude of gratitude. Start having an attitude of gratitude. That's what I'm seeing for you, group number 2. I think that was it for your reading. I feel like your spirit guides are not saying anything anymore. They had a lot to say. I hope that I communicate. Also, Ace of Cups. Yes, a love offer might come in. After all of this healing work, a love offer might come in. When you give up what keeps you from shining, the fear, that's when this love interest will come in, because they are attracted to who you are inside. But if you're scared to show who you are inside, if you're scared to be authentic, they will not recognize you, because what they realize, what this person, this Ace of Cups person that's coming towards you, love interest, what he or she or they are attracted to in you is who you are, is your authenticity, is the part of you that you are suppressing to fit in, right? That is what they're attracted to. So once you give up that fear and you're like, okay, no, I'm going to be myself, I'm going to shine, I'm going to wear what I want, I'm going to do what I want, I'm going to live my life on my own terms. Once you start doing that, this person will immediately recognize that energy, because that is the energy you're putting out freely without any limitations. So this person will realize that and come to you. That is what I'm seeing for you, my dear, beautiful group number, amazing group number 2. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on the email address in the description. And I take the time to thank you, to thank all of the beautiful cards, to thank your guides, to thank the sacred painting. Thank you so much for allowing me the honor of reading for my group number 2. And I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose this beautiful heart, then you are group number 3. This is going to be your reading. So let's set the heart aside and start with the tarot. I'm so sorry for the camera shaking a lot. Just going to steal it. Okay, there we go. Let's start with group number 3. Let's start with your cards. For group number 3, please, spirit guides of group number 3, please tap me into the messages and guidance for group number 3. Okay, lot of cards. Wow, we have the Queen of Pentacles, but in reversed. We have the Ace of Wands also reversed. Justice reversed. there's some kind of a toxic habit that you need to cut out. Maybe it's overindulgence, but whatever it is, it's not good for you. Because right off the bat, we are starting off with a strong energy, but it's coming out reversed. And we have the Hangman also reversed. We have Ten of Wands reversed again. Your top row is full reversed. It's not a bad thing. I'll just show you. We have Knight of Wands. We have Two of Pentacles. Yes. We have the Seven of Cups. And finally, we have this. Oh my gosh, we have 7-7 side by side. Okay. So, with the Justice reverse and the Two of Pentacles, there seems to be some kind of an imbalance in your life. Now, this could be a work-life imbalance, right? Maybe you're working too much, or you're resting too much. You're not working enough. But there's some kind of a, like, you have swung the pendulum towards one extreme, and it's not good. It's not good for you. Maybe you're using spirituality as to bypass negative emotion because you don't want to feel them. So you're constantly meditating. So even meditating can sometimes be bad for you. If you feel lonely, you start watching a lot of tarot readings out of boredom, and nothing resonates. You find yourself getting bored. Like, there's something that you're overindulging in. It could be good, it could be bad, right? The thing in and of itself is not good or bad, but it's bad for you the way you're doing it, right? Like, let's say someone has some kind of a grief and they are meditating so much, they're meditating all day like an addict because they want to get away from that emotion. They don't want to feel that pain. They don't want to feel that grief. But the only way for that grief to leave that person is through feeling it, because emotions are not going away anywhere, right? Just because we try not to feel them doesn't mean it has gone away. That doesn't mean it's disappeared. So there's something about you using something to cover up something, right? Like, you're using something to cover up your pain or cover up something that you find distasteful, maybe about yourself. Maybe there's something about you that you don't like yourself. We have Queen of Pentacles reversed. So you don't love yourself enough, and whatever this thing that you're covering it up with is not good for you. Like, that cover is very toxic to you, and I feel like it's overindulging in something. You're overindulging in something. Maybe you're shopping a lot because you find yourself be dissatisfied every time. So you're just on a shopping spree, shopping, right? Spirit is not saying that, we are not saying that it is bad for your bank account. We are saying it's bad for you, right? It's bad for you. Money is just energy, and it's an unlimited energy, okay? It goes, it comes to you, it goes, it comes to you. It's always in a state of flow, right? Your spirit guide is saying that we are not saying this because we are saying that it's lack, right? Like, don't spend money because, financial problems and this and that. That's just not what we are saying. We are saying it because it's not good for you, because you're using the shopping to fill up like a hole inside yourself, right? It's reminding me of a Halsey lyric. I think the name of the song is You Should Be Sad, and she says, you're not half the man that you think that you are. You can't fill the hole up in yourself with money, girls, and cars, and I'll never have a baby with you because you can't love anything unless there's something in it for you. So I feel like she's obviously talking about a man in her life, but for you, I feel like you are developing a conditional relationship with yourself. Like, maybe you only look in the mirror with full makeup, or you're dressed up. That is when you like to look at yourself. You don't look at yourself if you don't have makeup on, or if you're just bare because you don't like your face, you don't like what you look like, you don't like your body, so you don't look in the mirror. So there is some kind of a toxic habit here, and it's becoming a toxic cycle, and your spirit guides kind of want to come in and caution you. Listen, bring awareness to this, bring love into this, because that is what is needed. Your presence, your love, your self-awareness, that is what is needed for this to fade. It is not like, once you understand that, okay, let's go by the same example, the shopping example, right? Let's see that, okay, you are shopping a lot actually because you feel like, oh, what if I don't have this one, this is a limited edition, oh, what if I don't have that? So it's coming from a lack mentality, a lack mindset, right? So you're shopping more because you have lack mindset. If you see rich people, they don't shop a lot. They have a lot of money. The actual rich people, right? They don't shop a lot because they don't care about showing off. First of all, they don't care about impressing anyone else, right? They're very smart with their money. They don't care about shopping because they know all of those advertises are just, tricks to make money, like businesses, right? Like tricks to make money. And they're like, nope, not putting my money there. You know what I mean? Like they will indulge, they buy expensive stuff, but they wear that expensive stuff for a long time. They pass it down to their children. It's generational, right? It has value, right? And I feel like it's a little bit like that with you, where it's the opposite, where you're shopping a lot because you might feel the chronic need to please someone else, or you're trying, this reading is not meant to be a call out, or it's not meant to judge. I'm not coming from a place of judgment, but that is what spirit is showing me. Like, you don't need to impress those people. Like, who if you don't feel good in that dress, in that suit, in that shirt, why do it? Your priority should be whether you feel good about it or not. Let's say you don't like wearing heels, right? Let's say you're a woman. Let's say you want to try on heels because they look impressive, right? They give you a height, but you feel very uncomfortable in heels. You really, really hate them, but then you wear them because it's expected, or like it's a beauty standard. You have to. And spirit is just coming in like, you don't have to. That is what you need to realize. You don't have to. You just feel like you have to do all of these things, but you don't actually have to. You don't have to overindulge, right? Going back to that shopping example, the reason why you're shopping a lot is because you don't feel content with what you have. That is why you feel like you need to keep adding more, take on more, right? Because you feel like you don't have enough. It is coming from a place of lack. You can want something but not have greed behind it, not have a sense of discontent or dissatisfaction behind it, or lack behind it, right? You can have a pure desire that is backed by purity, in the sense that you might want something like, oh, I want to try this, like I want to try this new dress, or this new trend, or this new suit, or this new fabric, right? And it has nothing to do with impressing other people, or or whether you have enough money in your bank account. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It's just something you want to do. That's a pure desire. But then when your desire is backed by some kind of a greed, no matter how much you shop, you'll never be satisfied, right? You'll never feel like you have enough. So you keep going for more and more and more and more, because you don't feel like you have enough. Yeah, there's some kind of a illusion that you're stuck in, that you could be healing yourself out of. Hold on, let me tap into the energy so I can give you a clearer picture. What is this, spirit? There could be people, or there's someone around you that does not have good intentions. Spirit is taking me to this crocodile here, and crocodiles, I just associate like narcissistic people with crocodiles, because crocodiles are cannibalistic. They eat their own offspring to survive. So they'll give birth and then they eat their own offspring. There's something about this person I don't like. That this person, whoever this person is in your life, this crocodile energy, it's not good. They are coming to get you. They are coming to trap you in something. This could be like a business deal, and they're like showing that, oh, it's great, like buy this house and do this, and if you give us money, if you invest in a company, this, that, and then you find out that it's empty. Empty. It was false. Like, there's an emptiness to it. Like you buy a house and they're like, let's say you buy a house from this person, and then they're like, oh, you find out that the house, like if you punch the wall, it breaks because it is made up of thermocol and straw. Like, okay, so they're trying to show you that it's stable or it's solid, but it's not. It's empty. right? It's empty. It just looks that way. It's an illusion. It looks that way. It's not actually like that. It's like someone spending a lot of money building their office, right? And they have like expensive furniture and all that to mask the fact that they're not making enough money, but it is just to give the illusion that they have a lot, right? It is to give the illusion that they have a lot of money, they are not struggling, they are not bankrupt. But so it's a mask that they are wearing, and you need to see through the mask. You need to see that, wait, look at this. I just saw a cat here in the gold foiling, like the cat extending the arms out. Yeah, there's some kind of a treasure waiting for you. So don't be afraid to forfeit this thing, to give up this thing, whatever this crocodile is offering you. Don't be afraid to reject it, because this crocodile is probably going to say, oh, you'll never have this chance again. You'll never have this bag again. You'll never have this opportunity again. And they're making you feel like, oh, you'll never have this, you'll never get this. Okay. And spirit is like, you will have it. So we have the Ace of Swords reversed. You could be too much in your head about this. And spirit is like, you don't need to be too much in your head. Just go forward, take action. You can feel what is right. Your spirit guides are saying you can feel what is right. Do not fall for the illusions. Look past them. You can feel what is right. We have Queen of Pentacles reversed, Justice reversed. You can feel what is right. This is not the time to surrender. This is the time to push forward, to go towards what you want, to work hard. But enjoy that work. It is not like you have to be responsible and be miserable. You can enjoy it. In fact, you're supposed to. If you're not enjoying what you currently do, change and shift or bring something that you enjoy into your life. Maybe let's say you have a job but you don't like the job, but you have to pay bills, so you're going to the job, but you actually love your drawing, your passion is drawing. So you can just roughly draw something just for 15 minutes every day, right? Just 15 minutes. Or it could be like working out, a 10-minute workout, not more than that, just 10 minutes, because if you could have a hectic life, then you can't. So doing something that is self-loving, taking an action that is self-loving, and reminding yourself and telling yourself, yes, I am the priority. The job is not the priority, the money is not the priority. I don't need to slave myself, I don't need to give up myself to buy a house, right? It is not self-loving to slave away at a job, to be sick, right? It is not self-loving. We might think it is necessary, but it is not self-loving. If you have to give up being healthy, if you have to give up your time, it is not self-loving. So don't be afraid to incorporate something. If you cannot leave your job, I will not make that statement, leave your job. I will not say that. But it might not be good for you. Some of you might take that step. Some of you probably wanting to do that for a long time. Like you guys have been thinking about leaving the job or leaving a person for a long time, but you have not gone through with it. And spirit is encouraging you. You can go through with it. If the negative falls away, only then the positive can take its place. There needs to be space in your life. There needs to be space within yourself for love to come in. If you're full of worry, anxiety, even if the love is staring you in the face, you will not accept it because you don't know. I'm sorry if there are too many pauses. I'm getting distracted. Let me refocus. Your spirit just said this is the time to take action. You might not be able to see the outcome of everything that you're doing right now, right? But it is time to take action for yourself. Do something that feels right for you, okay? You might be doing the job thinking that, oh, that is necessary because I have a responsibility, I have to, like, people are dependent on me and this and that. But spirit is saying now, right now, you need to take an action that is self-loving, that is prioritizing yourself for once. I feel like you guys might be the type that are like the daughters or the sons of your family, and like the whole family is dependent on you, or there's some, like, there could be a younger sibling who's dependent on you. There's some kind of, like, you guys are responsible leader kind of position in your family or friend circle. Like, people are like, maybe you are the breadwinner of the family, like you are the one woman who the father is dependent on because you make money and your father is retired, and you're supporting. There's something about you supporting other people, but you're not supporting yourself enough, and spirit is just wanting to come in and say, listen, it's time for you, this is the time for you. Group number 3. Also, 2 + 1 is 3, and you have 2 7s, you have a 10. Whenever an ace and a 10 come out, I always say this, but the person is going from 1 to 10, right? Like, it's a journey, 1 to 10 full. But because both of them are reversed, I feel like you're going from 1 to 10. You're going from 1 to 10 in the sense that you're right now learning to prioritize yourself, to keep yourself first, to do what you want to do things that make you happy. I feel like, when I'm seeing a toxic family where everyone is dependent on this breadwinner person, okay, and they're bringing in money, and one day they're like, okay, I don't want to do this job because I'm not happy, and every single person is like, do you understand what you're saying? How are we going to pay the bills? How are we going to do this? Like, your younger sibling is just going to school. How are we going to pay for her school, for her education? And they are trying to, like, emotionally entrap you, right? Like, for some of you that are stuck in a toxic situation, they're trying to emotionally entrap you and be like, no, you are the person who needs to be responsible, you are the person that needs to do that. And spirit is like, say no strongly. This is an emotional entrapment. Do not fall for it, because they are just, they're making you feel guilty so that you would do what they say, which is be in that job and be miserable, so that you don't give up that job. Life path 7 people also have a tough life. They are constantly rebirthing. You're stepping into a new cycle, and this new chapter is going to be about you, not them. I feel like you have not been prioritizing yourself with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Like, if you're making money, you think of buying other people something, not yourself. And it's like, you can buy yourself something, group number 3. You need to be selfish. I feel like I have to say this to you. You need to be selfish sometimes. And this is one of those times that you need to be selfish. This is one of those times, for sure. And that's all the messages I have for you, group number 3. What is not in your control, or if other people are trying to entrap you, leave those people to the universe. The universe will take care of them, okay? You don't have to worry about something going wrong or this or that if they're doing something. Because if you follow your own journey, if you follow your path to happiness, nothing is going to go wrong, okay? So don't think that, oh, if I give up this job, then everything is going to go to shit. Like, that's not going to happen. You might find a better path awaiting for you, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me on anything, you can email me. And I would like to take the time to thank all of the beautiful cards that I picked out for you today, this beautiful heart. I would like to thank you, my group number 3, for being so resilient and strong, and for being part of my soul family. If you have subscribed and if you watch my readings regularly, I thank you so much for supporting me, loving me, all your beautiful comments, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Love as always. Bye.